reaction in the chat. So, good morning again. First of all, I would like to welcome all representatives from the host organizations and from the students. And more than everybody, I would like to welcome Professor Sibila from the University of Zagreb, who's the soul and the mind of this RIS Internship program. She is the project coordinator. And I would like very much to welcome her. I would like to show you the agenda before we start. Unfortunately, the time is in Central European time. That has caused a number of confusions, but because this matchmaking event is addressed to all the partners, the time was expressed in Central European time. We'll try to keep the event short and interesting. We start with the presentation of the event, and we will continue with examples of good practices from both the host organizations and the students and our students. And we are going to have a number of breakout rooms where people from the industry will have the opportunity to have short discussions with students who have already applied in their organizations in our effort to facilitate the process selection for the students. That could be quite a lengthy procedure. And then the last 15 minutes are going to be allocated to Q&As. Before we start with the event, I would like to welcome Sibila and give her the floor. Thank you very much, Sibila.
Thank you very much, Katarina, for the warm welcome. I'm here to support our colleagues from NTUA in this third online matchmaking event, and to provide any additional answers, if there are going to be, under the Q&A session about some specifics of the RIS internship. We are very happy to have Greece on board to support Greece industry and the students in this important, let's say, practical experience of internship. The closest thing that you as a students will gain or will be towards the real work in the industry once you graduate. Then that is, I think, the key important element in establishing this early experience for you as a students in order to be later on very successful in your professions. I would like to thank our colleagues from NTUA for organization of this event and well supporting you, and let's continue. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Sibila. As we have announced, this event is going to be conducted in Greek, in English, excuse me. However, in the case that some of the students would like to express their questions and they would like to express themselves in Greek, we would gladly translate in English. So please, I'm referring to the Greek audience, please feel free to use if you want in the Q&A session, if you have some questions, we will undertake the translation, don't worry. With this opportunity, I would like to welcome Apostolos Kourtis, Dr. Apostolos Kourtis, who's a key player in the NTUA team and very experienced in the practical training of our school in general, to present the RIS Internship project. I forgot to tell you, my name is Katerina Adam, and I'm a professor at the School of Mining and Metallurgical Engineering. And before we start, I would like to introduce you the NTUA team. Apostolos, I have just introduced. Irini Christodoulou, another senior researcher. Most possibly you have received already some tens of emails from Irini, and Stavroula Giannakopoulou, who's the younger from our team, who's responsible for the communication and dissemination with the student bodies and the overall network of EIT raw materials. So, Apostole, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine. So, good morning also from me. I will not be many delay. I will just show you a couple of slides here about what is RIS Internship. Most of you, especially from our companies who are also in the pool of organization from last year, know what this is. But for the new ones, the newcomers and our students, RIS Internship is a sustainable structured internship program for Eastern European and Southeastern European students. This is the RIS Regional Innovation Scheme. That is what RIS stands for. The duration of the project is a 3-year project, started back in 2022, and it will last until 2024. We're in the second year of our project. The RIS Internship project improves the professional opportunities for the students of the raw materials sector, familiarize the young professionals with work environment and real-life challenges, and connects industry with universities. And it is based on a successful Andrea internship program, which was conducted back in 2019 to 2021, where 7 individual internships in more than 40 different organizations conducted their internship. The partners of the project are the ones that you see in this slide. Our project coordinator is the University of Zagreb. We have National Technical University of Athens, the Technical University of Košice. We have the Technical University of Freiburg, the University of Liège, of Miskolc, Wrocław from Slovenia, from Italy, and from Spain. This is a map that shows you which are these countries in blue color. We are also in cooperation with the EIT Raw Master Label Program. So many EIT Raw Master Label Program students may also apply to the host organizations. The 3 EIT Master Label Programs, Emerald, Synerem, and Amir. I think there's a 4th one, Sibylla, am I mistaken?
The 4th one is the TIMREX program, which was just launched this academic year, and this is a labeled master program between universities of Miskolc, Zagreb, Wrocław, and Lulea, whose students are also eligible for the program.
Okay. And we also have Albania and Bosnia-Herzegovina as non-RIS countries, which are still eligible. So we have a lot of countries that are participating in this project. What are the targets of the project? We want 367 students to conduct an internship in 300 companies. We will have 21 matchmaking events. This is the second matchmaking event in Greece. The first one was back in June 2022. All these 637 individuals will be trained via a professional online webinar, and we have a target of 25 students interns that will be finally employed by the internship company. This is a structure of the company of the project. Maybe it's a little bit confusing, but I think Christina will make this much more easier for you at her presentation, which will follow my presentation. Christina from University of Zagreb is responsible for the online application system and how this system works. So I don't want to lose any time on this one. The implementation of a project includes, first of all, host organizations who apply via an online application form, which is available on the website that you see here in this presentation. The organization enter the open database of pool of organizations, providing all the relevant information for the potential interns to explore. Then students read the details of the companies and internship opportunities that they have and submit their application for the selected host organizations. And then a matchmaking of students and organizations is made through the online RIS internship platform, following an agreed procedure, and organizations have the right to accept the intern or not. Before the internships, there is a signed collaboration agreement between the internship, the student, the company, and the University of Zagreb, who is in charge of the project, as I told you before. The organizations and the students go through a short online training for supervisor and interns. It's an online webinar that they have to watch, and they pass a competency assessment up to 5 days before starting the internship, and then the internship can begin. For 2023, call is already open until the beginning of February this year, and it will be open until the 31st of October for 2023. The eligibility criteria for students, for all the students watching, the students should have a bachelor degree or be enrolled in between the 7th and the 10th semester of an integrated master programs. For example, these apply for any UA students, and it should be from a relevant scientific field, which will be maybe mining, geoscience, geotechnology, material science, extractive waste management, metallurgy, and recycling. The students must be enrolled in the master studies program of the relevant scientific skill, which means that they must not have graduated during the internship. They have to be still students. The university the students the master degree needs to be allocated in one of the RIS countries. RIS countries I showed you before, all these from Bulgaria until Spain, a lot of countries, Greece is included, of course, or the students should be enrolled in one of the EIT labeled master programs, as I told you before. Within the bachelor study program or within the first 6 semesters of her studies, in the case of an integrated master's degree program, the applicant should have a minimum average grade, GPA, required by the RIS internship program. This minimum is the minimum required GPA is the 60% of the maximum possible GPA that the students could achieve during a bachelor study programs. That for the Greek students mean that you have at least a GPA of 6, since the maximum is 10. Students should also guarantee a minimum B2 English language proficiency and should present a letter of motivation why they want to contribute to the raw materials sector by conducting this internship. What you need to do, students, you need to scan your bachelor degree, scan an official confirmation of your enrollment in the master study program, scan an official grade point average GPA calculation, scan a written or signed recommendation of a university professor. This applies only in the case that your GPA is below 6. You should also send a CV in any form, scan your passport or ID, and a motivation letter. It is strongly recommended to submit all these documents in English language, but do not really worry if you submit in any other language, especially for us, I mean, the Greek language. We are here and we are doing this work for you. We examine if all the papers are okay and correct. So what you get a scholarship for this internship, which depends on the place of the study or in the place of your residence. If you implement an internship in the place of your study or the residence, you get a maximum scholarship of 200 euros. If the internship is implemented in a ratios up to 50 kilometers outside of your settlement, the scholarship is 300 euros. More than 50 kilometers is 400 euros, and if you implement in a location outside the country, abroad, it is 600 euros. Internships can also be carried online with 150 euros, but this is not exactly the case in our there is a possibility, but since COVID-19 issues are not that strong anymore, it is something that we don't expect. I mean, online internships. Remember, once you are accepted by the company, you complete the short terminal for the internship, you sign an agreement, you conduct your internship by respecting all the rules and agreements with your hosting organization, and you submit an evaluation survey at the end of your internship. You have also the right to terminate your participation in the program only before the signing of the internship scholarship agreement. If you visit our website, you will find some success stories, but we have our own success stories for Greece, and some of these will be presented here today. But you can also visit the website or the organizations. I guess most of you know how to do. You just apply in this web page, and what you get the best students with coverage of the internship. So please. Okay, I don't need to. I think Christina will talk more about this. Students also could be involved through the web page. Christina will tell you more in her presentation. And here are the Greek companies that we have already in the pool of organization. We have nearly 10. Έναλος Αλκεμέιν, MATLAB, MNLT, Monolithos, Mytilineos, Unlike Group, Namalab, Elinia, and Edafon Mechaniki. To apply soon, we have Halcor. I guess someone from Halcor is with us today. Titan Group and Energian. And just short numbers from 2022 in Greece. We had 7 Greek companies in the pool of organization last year. We are 10 this year. We had 13 offered positions by the Greek companies. We had 13 applications from the Greek students. 8 of the Greek students were matched and conducted an internship. If someone asks why, what happened to the other 5, the other 5 just found a real job before they start their internship. So we were delighted that they found a job before starting their internship. However, 2 of our companies expressed their interest in employing interns after their internship. And finally, 2 Greek students were employed by one company, and we'll hear them soon, which these Greek students are and what they are doing now, since they had the opportunity to employ by their company. If you have any questions, contact our team, info risinternship.eu, the Greek contacts Professor Katerina Adam and Ms. Christodoulou. And that's it. Thank you for your patience and your time. Otherwise, Katerina, we will continue.
Thank you.
I want to pass
Thank
over
you.
to Christina.
Thank you very much, Apostole, for this concise and a very good summary. What I would like to highlight, and again, I would like to thank you all for being here with us today, is the number of Greek organizations that are supporting RIS Internship, because RIS Internship has some unique opportunities. It is not just an internship. It's a very successful, very well-structured internship that allows both the host organization and the students to get the best out of an internship. I would like, with this opportunity, to invite Christina Corre from the University of Zagreb to give some hands-on details on for host organizations and the students. And I would like to welcome, there is a number of international students with us today, so that justifies more why we are organizing the event in English. But as we said, if some of you would like to express themselves in Greek, we are here to translate. So Christina, thank you very much. And again, Christina is a very valuable person in this organization, which takes a lot of effort. So thank you very much, Christina.
Can someone confirm if you hear me?
Christina, we do not hear you very well. At least I do not hear you very well. I don't know if the younger participants can hear you very well.
I had some troubles with do you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you, but we do not share your presentation.
Okay, just 1 second.
Christina, the sound is rather bad. If you could maybe switch to another sound system, it would be very good.
Okay, I already switched computers. I will try.
Christina, now we can see your presentation, which is a good thing.
Christina, we may make the presentation because we have it, and you can say the things that you want. Do you prefer that?
Maybe this is a solution. Sibylla, if you agree, we can share the presentation, and you can do the narration, either you or Christina. We don't want to keep it very long because I believe it's quite interesting to listen to the views of the host organizations and the students. So if you want, we can share the presentation with you.
Yes.
And okay, maybe this is easier.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Stavroula, yes, perfectly well. So, Sibylla, are you going to do the narration or Christina?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I believe
Excellent.
Christina is having problems with her computer, and she already we were discussing today. There is something. We have some construction works at the University of Zagreb due to the earlier earthquakes. And then now half of the building is reconstructing. So I'm working from home actually, and about 20% of the colleagues at this moment. So I apologize for this. So we can start.
So this is globalization, Sibylla. The floor is yours.
Yes. Maybe the next slide immediately. Yes, once you are on the RIS Internship webpage, there is two important elements for you to know. One is the pool of organizations, and the links are all in the presentation. And in the pool of organization, there is currently over 70 active organizations from RIS countries, which previously Apostolos mentioned what are the eligible countries, more or less Southeast and East European countries, including all of the Balkan countries, Turkey and Ukraine, plus Italy, Spain, and Portugal. And there you can go through the pool of organizations and actually learn what are the organizations offering, what is the time that they would like to have the intern at the pool of organization, and what are the available positions covering fields, which could be in geology, in prospection, in mining, in metallurgical engineering, process design, etc. So this is like an open database. So you are then applying. The call for students was open 1st of February 2023, and due to the restrictions of the funding organization, we have to close it until 31st of October, but the internships can be conducted through the whole year. So the whole process is managed by Zagreb, and we are actually in charge for this online application, which is going to be presented in the next slide. So if you could go to the second slide. So the very simple guideline, the apply now, then you have to log in, where you will enter your email and login details, and then you will have your personalized account or profile at our platform. And then the applications will guide you through the application submission process. If we could go to the next slide. It is rather simple, so you have to you have to include if you are an organization, you have to include the entry fields for the organizations, whether you are accepting international students, national students, CET-labeled students, and so on. And what are the required skills and competencies. So it's like a self-guided application for the organizations, and the same is going for the students. So if we click to the next slide, please. So the applications for the students include a number of questions regarding the number of regarding the companies that you would like to apply for, regarding the fields that you would like to conduct your internship in, so that we could match you. And we strongly encourage students to study the companies in the pool of organization, because although some of the companies seems very attractive on the first sight, they are maybe not accepting your profile of students. So you should check this up front. The base will not automatically discourage you from the process if you click on the company which is actually not accepting your profile. So once you apply and you upload all the documents, which includes all what was previously mentioned by Apostolos, so you have to prepare and you have to upload. You can stop in the middle of the process and then continue it later. Actually, will receive an email that the application was successfully submitted, and the eligibility check for the students is running then in the next 7 days by the coordinator, and this is Zagreb. So we will check all the uploaded documents, whether you are enrolled at a specific master program which is related to raw materials, what is the grade point average, whether you have all of the needed prerequisites, which is the minimum prerequisites for starting the internship. In this process, we will address our coordinators in the local countries for some support. And then if you're eligible, you will continue then to the next step. So it could be quick further. So if you are passing the eligibility check, then you will receive an email that we are informing you that you have been evaluated positively. And then the application is forwarded to the company of your first choice, and the deadline for decision is 14 days. In these, the company will, in these 14 days, receive your application, evaluate your application, and then refer whether it's accepting you or not. In this time, no, I'm not seeing rather well. So Stavrola, if you could. Thank you. In this time, you are obliged to complete the competency assessment, to watch the seminar, and to complete the questionnaire at the link in order to stay in the pool. This is very important for us because this is monitored by the IT. Next slide. So if you are not passing the eligibility check, so if you are for some reason not eligible, for example, you are a student studying in the programs which are related to energy, to petroleum engineering, to other parts, then there is a case if you are passing the eligibility check, but instead of choosing the options of preferred organizations, you are clicking on the waiting list. That means that you would like to receive the information about the new companies which are joining the pool. And you will be informed for every new company that's joining the pool, so that you can actually continue with the application and selecting the new companies. In order to stay in the pool, you again have to go through the competency assessment and watch the webinar and complete the questionnaire. Next slide, please. So in the case your application is accepted, then the informations from the system will actually point you to the acceptance that the internship scholarship agreement is created, and some actions which are related to all non-Croatian citizens. As we are the institutions who is paying for the internship, we have to oblige the national rules. And that means that our institutions have to proceed with this small procedures, which includes the internal identification number of citizens for non-citizens, and this is the Croatian procedure. So we would like to just point you to this element, that we have also some powers of attorney, which is going to be attached to be signed by the students in order for us to proceed with the payment. So all the instructions are then for the acceptance of internship there. Katarina?
Yes, Bila, I would like to ask you if possible, because in the agenda, we have allowed approximately 15 minutes. So if we could shorten a bit this presentation, because we have the representatives of the host organizations, and we wouldn't like, so if you could summarize, and we can use all this in the Q&As, if you don't mind.
Katarina. Yes,
Thank you very much, Sibila, and sorry for the
It's
intervention.
too long, and I'm not able to click further. So then there are specific emails for the rejection, and then could you please continue with clicking, Stavrola? So the applications of the second choice, the applications of the third choice, please continue, and you could all read this, and the final rejection. So if there is a case of internship implementation, so we have a match between the students and the internship, then the contracting part is starting. The contracts are also uploaded to the application, and basically everything is guided centrally through the application. That way we are having an overview on the process for each and every student individually in the system, and we can actually stop the process at some point and then help you or assist you with the application. Could we continue? Yes, and then closing to the end of the internship, you will receive an email reminder of the report and the final evaluation of the supervisors and the program, and the deadline for actually conducting this report and the final evaluation. Could we click further? So for organization is very similar. The application successfully submitted. We are checking the eligibility aligning with the raw material strategy for the organizations. Further, please. And the evaluation checked passed element for the organizations means that in the 7 days they have to watch the webinar and complete the questionnaire assessment in the link. Please, next slide. Once you receive the student application or the first one, please, this is very important for us. Within 14 days, you should contact the applicant and make the final decision. Otherwise, the base will automatically continue with the next selected organization. Next slide. So you will, for that reason, receive 2 reminders reminding you about the deadlines for decision for the accepting or rejecting the interns. Next slide. And in the case you reject, you should fill in the reason for rejecting the student. He is not aligned with the strategy of the company. You are already receiving 2 students, and this is the number 3, etc., etc. So please, the students are very valuable for us. Do this small effort and write the reason for rejection. Next slide. In the case of implementation, you will again receive the internship from the database, the notification and the contract to be checked and signed by the representative of the organization. And the next slide, please. Approaching to the end, reminder to submit a final evaluation report for the companies with the links. And the next slide, please. So before the activities from the student side before the internship implementation, it's the key part to research your organizations, to read all the descriptions, and actually to clarify your motivation letter, motivation to actually select these organizations, to complete the competency assessments before the internship, and to communicate with the supervisors about the suitable dates for implementation of the internship. Check your data in the internship agreement, and for all students which are non-Croatian citizens, send the documentations regarding to the national identification number before the internship implementation, so that we can run this procedure, which lasts for minimum 5 to 7 days. And of course, to communicate with us for any doubts. Next slide, please. For organizations, its important task is to complete the competency assessments before the internship starts, fill in all the fields in the profile, and be aware of the deadlines. 14 days upon receiving the application for the student, you have to decide. Important notes that Christina wrote from her experience is do not enter start and end date if you didn't agree these dates with the student. The period for starting and ending the internship should be 1, 2, or 3 months. Please avoid the in-between elements. We can accept internship without date entry, so it's not obligatory to enter the dates. In the case you're not sure on the available supervisors, etc., and communications with the interns. And that would be all from my side, and I apologize for being too long.
No, you have been very short, and thank you very much. You gave us this wealth of information, and now we have reached one of the most interesting part of this matchmaking event, I believe. We would like to give the floor first to the host organizations from the Greek side who are so, how can I say, how nice, so constructive in this cooperation that they are offering the positions for internship. I'm going to call, first of all, I would like to ask you whether there is somebody from the host organizations who would not like to present his or her organization. If it is such a case, please send us a message at the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to invite, as I see our colleagues in the participants list, and I'll start with Mr. Achilleas Amanatidis from Inmant Lab. Achilleas, if you would like to give a very short, because you are many of you, and we have something like half an hour for you and 2 students. So please. Aki, you're muted.
No, I'm not. So, first of all, on behalf of Inmat Lab and Dr. Antonia Economagou, who is our boss here, we have a company owned by a woman, and we are very happy. I would like to thank you all giving us the opportunity being a part of this very interesting project. And from the first time that we've been in contact with you, we are really looking this with high interest. Why? Because, as I said before, and maybe now it's time to say this again, we believe in young people and we believe in young minds. And our company is a consulting and laboratory company specialized on industrial minerals. We are deeply, let's say, specialized on perlite, bentonite, and some other zeolite and some other interesting industrial minerals, which we believe they are the future in our world. We challenge everybody to participate in this area, and we are very happy when we have people, young people, coming with their ideas, which are fresh and much more out of the blue and out of the box, great ideas that are coming and discussing with us their ideas, and we are very happy when we realize some of these ideas. So I'm not going to speak more.
Thank you,
I'm waiting to see the rest of the meeting.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite Mr. Salapas from Elkeme, from the research organization of Elval Halkor, to give us a very short presentation of their organization and their experience up till now from the RIS Internship project.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation. I will be very short. Elkeme is the R&D center of the Halko group. We focus on industrial research and technological development analysis in 4 major metal sectors: aluminum, copper, steel, and zinc. Elkeme has close relations with Greek universities, and every year we support the internships and diploma thesis of several students. And for us, it is always pleasant and constructive to support and promote the academic collaboration, and it is a pleasure for us to assist students to adapt and to offer in a professional environment. And last year, we participated for the first time in the RIS Internship program. 3 students at the School of Mining and Metallurgical Engineering of National Technical University of Athens did their 3-month internship in our company. We had an excellent cooperation with the university, with the students. And we believe that, at least from our side, there was a substantial contribution and proper guidance to the students, and we offer the added value to their internship. And we hope again that this year we'll have a pleasant cooperation with students, with the new students of this year.
Thank you very much.
That's all from me.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Salapas, indeed, and things are exactly as you said. There is a very long tradition of NTUA cooperation with Elkeme, and this internship, it's on top of the normal of the mandatory internship, which is included in our curriculum, and you have been supporting us for the last decades. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like now to invite Mrs. Moscovi from Monolithos to...
Good morning. Thank you very much for the invitation. I assume that we don't have time for a presentation with slides, so I will introduce the company orally. I'm Anastasia Moscovi. I'm head of the Research and Innovation Department of Monolithos. Monolithos is an SME company in Athens, in Greece. Our main activities are a commercial part where we construct the automotive catalyst, and on the other part, on the other pillar of the company, we have a research and innovation department where we develop new methods for recycling critical raw materials and developing innovative catalysts for many applications such as automotive, tire vulcanization, marine applications, etc. We have been involved in RIS Internship the last year. Annually, we host more than 15 students who perform their secondments and internships from all the universities around Greece from 1 to 6 months internship. We have a highly equipped laboratory where any possible candidate can spend time knowing new methods and new technologies. And we would be very glad and very happy to host new candidates, new people to introduce our technology and learn from them as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Anastasia. As you know, your organization, and actually all the Greek organizations, are very popular. There is a number of students who've applied for our organization, so your positive reactions are very welcome from all around the universities, not only from Greece. I have noticed that a lot of international students also apply to Monolithos. So thank you very much for all your support. Now I would like to invite Mr. Targouzidis from Eliniae. Eliniae, it's the Greek Institute for Health and Safety at Work. Thank you very much, Mr. Targouzidis.
Thank you very much for your invitation as well. We are not as experienced as probably all the other companies in the RIS internship program. It's our first time. We will have 2 interns, and of course, we're very glad for this new experience. The Hellenic Institute for Occupational Health and Safety is exactly a non-profit organization of the social partners, and it's the main producer and distributor of knowledge on occupational health and safety in Greece. So we are actually focused on this part, and of course, mining and metallurgy is always an important sector for occupational health and safety. So for this year, we will have 2 interns, and we're looking forward for this new experience. Of course, we had interns and actually supporting thesis from students in previous years, but I believe that this is going to be more complete because in this case, we have 2 students from a certain sector who are going to focus on certain issues of their sector for health and safety. And I believe this will be very important for us, and we're looking forward for this new experience.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and we really would like very much to thank Elinia for your participation for the first time in an internship program. Thank you very much indeed. I would like to continue. As I said, it is as you appear in my participants list with I'm sorry, but there are students coming with Panagiotis Xanthopoulos. Panagiotis Xanthopoulos from Sunlight.
Hello, everybody, and thanks a lot for inviting us. Actually, I have prepared a short presentation. It will be no more than 5 minutes. Am I allowed to do it?
If you can shorten it a bit, Panagiotis, because we have not
Yeah,
allowed
it will
the
be
other.
2 minutes.
Okay, if it
Really.
is 2 minutes, you please feel free.
Yeah, okay. So, Sunlight is manufacturing cells and assembling batteries in a variety of chemistries. And we have in total 5 R&D hubs. And the R&D employs more than 200 people. And in particular, we're looking for candidates that they will join the recycling team in the lithium cell engineering. And more specifically, join this project, the ReLife project, funded by EIT Raw Materials, that aims to set up a pilot scale recycling battery facility for LFP batteries within a span of 3 years. So we're looking for young engineers or scientists with chemistry, chemical, or metallurgical engineering background, that they're team players and enjoy working in a team. They're fluent in English because we're an English speaking company. And we can offer a very agile, innovative, and diverse environment, and employ up to 3 months. And there is also the possibility of a permanent contract. And a tangible proof of that is our success stories from this program. Lydia Yerolimatu, who is now working as a junior cell engineer, and Ilias Lambropoulos, who is working as a junior recycle engineer. So for new participants, feel free to contact me and ask me anything you want. So that's very short.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Panagiotis. I'm sure that Anastasia would like to present Monolithos, who's another great success story. Thank you very, very much. And if I see properly my list, there is one more colleague from the host organization, Mr. Spathariotis from MNLT. Am I right in saying so?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And
thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting us. So my name is Stelianos Pathariotis. Please call me Stelios if it's any shorter for you. I'm a mining and metallurgical engineer, and now I work as a business development manager at MNLT Innovations. So the company is at the stage of an SME right now. It's based in Athens, and we're continuously expanding. And we basically offer services related to innovation management and business development to other organizations and to our business network. So we specialize in 2 main things, innovation business planning, and help companies develop products, innovative ideas, and bring them to the market, and also life cycle analysis of innovative products and processes. So this is in very short our activities, and we'll be glad to have candidates working with us and learn from us, transfer our experience. We're now participating in more or less 10 European projects. We've expanded our product portfolio and project portfolio. So it will be a good environment for new candidates to work. Thank you. I'll be in the breakout room of MNLT if there's anybody wanting to discuss any further. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stelios. I'll keep it short as you suggested. Thank you very much. And I don't know if our colleagues from the host organizations would like to add something at that point.
Katerina, we have also a representative from Halcor. I think Mr. Mali is here.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So please.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Fanny Mali, and I'm here on behalf of Halcor, the Copenhagen Alloys division of Elval Halcor. We're a company with a long history in the field of heavy industry, and as for our culture, we focus on the human factor. And our employees are at the center of every decision we take. We implement internships every year in cooperation with many Greek universities. And at the same time, we run the apprenticeship program Βιομηχανικοί Ορίζοντες, called Βιομηχανικοί Ορίζοντες. This best practice project aims exclusively to young engineers with minimal or no work experience, previous experience, in order to remain in our organization for 12 months by covering project-based positions in several departments. For 2022, 7 from 12 participants remained after the completion of their apprenticeship program. Just saying. It is our pleasure to participate in today's meeting, and we are glad to have the chance to meet all of you and discuss about your thoughts or concerns. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Fanny. As you may know, we are preparing now a proposal with Halcor regarding development of skills for young engineers and students of the raw material sector. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very
Έχουμε
much.
ακόμα δύο, Κατερίνα, έχουμε τον κύριο
I can see
Γιωργόπουλο
Georgopoulos from Enalos and we would
Στρατάκος από Namalab. Έχουμε άλλους δύο.
Excellent, excellent. So we would like to invite Mr. Stratakos and then followed by Mr. Georgopoulos.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for the invitation. I am Christos Stratakos, civil engineer and partner and technical director of Namalab. Namalab is a subsidiary company of Nama Consulting Engineers. Nama is one of the biggest consulting companies in Greece in the sector of civil engineering projects. It's operating almost 30 years, and Namalab was founded in 2009. We are dealing mainly with geological and geotechnical designs and consulting services of the company. And we also operate a geotechnical engineering, construction materials and quality control laboratory, which is accredited according to ISO 17025. We are present in most civil engineering projects in Greece. For example, I will give you the Stavros Niarchos Cultural Center or the TAP Pipeline project or the airport, the regional airport project. And we have experience in internships with the Greek universities, but this is the first time we have an intern from RIS. We are very glad for this, and we're looking forward to expand this collaboration because we think that apart from the first professional, let's say, touch of the participants with the field of engineering, it is very important for them to have a good image of what is going to happen, of what's next. I remember myself when I was a young civil engineer student, I was very anxious to start having this first touch with a professional item. And I think this is very important, the most important thing for our students. We are also present in abroad projects in Europe and in Africa. So I think these international collaborations are very good for everybody. So thank you very much, and I will be at your disposal for the breakout rooms.
Thank you very, very much indeed for joining the RIS Internship for the first time this year. And last but definitely not least, I would like to invite Mr. Georgopoulos from Enalos, who has been joining RIS Internship since 2022. So please, Mr. Georgopoulos.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. I will try to be short. Enalus is also a SME Greek company founded in 2017. We are a diverse team of engineers, actually. I am a chemical engineer, but among others, we have geologists, metallurgists, mineral engineers, we have civil engineers. All the team is quite diverse, and we hands-on team on different projects. We, among others, we deal with risk management, either risk analysis inside road tunnels or train tunnels. Fortunately, the last 2 months, it's not so happy news there. Anyway, we're also dealing with transportation of dangerous goods, and we are active in test inspections in roads and tunnels in several aspects, energy or passive protection in the tunnels. We also have a big pillar, which is the pillar that we are active also in the RIS Internship with the functional materials, where we are trying to valorize industrial minerals to some kind of industrial product. So last year was our first time that we participate, and we were extremely happy to have a student assisting us for 3 months, and we hope that also this year we will also be lucky enough to be chosen from students to gain from their experience and the new knowledge that they bring to our organization, because for us it's really important to keep track on new technologies, new ideas. That's something that is really alive in all the universities. And thank you for the collaboration.
We thank you for the collaboration, indeed. And now towards the completion of this section, and before we start with the breakout rooms, we would like, first of all, to thank sincerely the host organizations, because you provide these positions. And as I was listening to you, I was very sorry that I will not be able to do any more internships. I think I did enough in my life, and I would very much encourage our students to make applications, because each and every of the companies presented had its very strong points and interesting activities. So now we would like to invite 2 students. The one was a success story already mentioned by Sunlight, Lydia Gerolimatos, and who has completed her RIS internship last year, and she was employed by Sunlight. And then Iason Drakos, who's currently doing his internship at NAMA Labs. So Lydia, please.
Hello from me too. Sorry if there is any noise, there's construction going on here. So basically, I want to thank the RIS program, because the internship, which lasted 2 months for me, last October and November, in Sunlight here in Xanthi, it was very constructive. And the most important thing is that it was very active, because I know that a lot of internships are not that much of a practical help for the students. Yes, it was a very nice experience, hands-on experience in an actual manufacturing line. And personally, I was involved in the lab. We manufactured coin cells, battery coin cells. And now Sunlight is also constructing a pilot plant, the first pilot plant for battery cells in Greece. So it's a very interesting topic for me. I'm a mining and metallurgical engineer, if I didn't mention it, and I was actually graduated. I presented my thesis this month. So when Sunlight hired me, I was still a student, finishing my studies. And lastly, I strongly encourage any student who's listening us right now to apply to this program, because it was a very nice experience. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lydia, for all this information, because I have noticed that the students believe more people from their peers, if you want. Jason, would you like to present your experience at NAMA Labs now, this year?
Certainly. Thank you, Saddam. So greetings, everyone. I'm not really going to bother with saying good morning or good afternoons. That's probably going to change depending on your time zone. To start, I would like to thank Professor Katarina Adam and Dr. Apostolos Kourtis for the chance they gave me to be here with you today, as well as for the great amount of assistance they gave me during my application process. Moving on, I am presenting myself to you today as an undergraduate student at the National Technical University of Athens, Faculty of Mining and Metallurgical Engineering. I am currently at the 5th and final year of my studies, and I am carrying out my internship at NAMALab, a company situated here in Athens, Greece. NAMALab is a laboratory of geotechnical engineering, construction materials, and quality assessment. I've been there for almost a month now, and during my time there, I was actually able to witness, as well as carry out myself, a plethora of laboratory tests regarding soil mechanics and rock mechanics, as well as construction materials, as noted earlier. It's safe to say that even though I actually read about or even witnessed most of these tests for the classes I took at school, I never had the chance to carry them out myself. So by joining a company such as this one, I was actually able to do just that, carry out all those steps, all those tests step by step by myself, and actually broaden both my engineering knowledge and technical skills at a very high level. Also, I was able to witness how a company such as this one operates on the level of management and structure. And last but not least, a quick disclaimer regarding most geotechnical engineering firms, geotechnical engineering laboratories, to be fair. It might actually require a tiny bit of manual labor, mainly in the form of carrying and handling the laboratory equipment. Some of it can actually be pretty heavy, but still it does help you stay in shape, which is another plus in my book. So it's a win-win overall. In order to close my segment, I would also like to thank Mr. Christos Stratakos, the technical director of NAMALab, for welcoming me in the great family of NAMALab with open arms. Again, thank you, and I can't wait to hear what everyone else has to say about their experiences.
Thank you very much, Jason, for your presentation. I would like, before we prepare the breakout rooms, Irene and Apostolos are going to navigate you to that. I would like to welcome our colleague Manuel Reguero, who's one of the partners of RIS Internship from Spain. And Manuel, I don't know if you would like to say anything to the colleagues, because I've noticed that you joined in the last 10 to 15 minutes, so you had the opportunity to listen to a number of Greek industries plus Greek interns.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for giving me the floor. I don't know if I've joined 1 hour late, because now in Madrid it's 11, and I don't know if this call was for this meeting was done before the change of hour. Anyway, I have to say that we have started with the project in Spain very recently, and that this Friday I will be in Galicia, also presenting the project to some the Chamber of Mines to see if I can get some more companies to join. The call also has been distributed among all the universities in Spain that have faculties of mining or schools of mining and faculties of geology. And well, let's see what happens, because this is a new experience for the Spanish people, I guess. And as for the examples I have heard, obviously it's a very good thing for students that are doing a master. That they can join a company for some months and see what happens there and how real life is. I think that's important, and also for companies to see if these master students can then later join the company. So it's a win-win situation, and hopefully we will get some more companies in Spain that will also be offered to all European colleagues to scholarships to join in Spain mining or otherwise other type of companies related.
Okay, thank you very much, Manuel. And now regarding the breakout rooms, the idea is that we have prepared the rooms. How many rooms we have prepared for all the participants, host organizations, so students can join, because I understand from the communication we have with the University of Zagreb, there is a number of students who have applied to some of our Greek colleagues, and they are very interested in performing their internship there. So maybe this is an opportunity. I can see that in the audience we have both Greek and international students. So Apostle and Irini, would you please navigate us on how to proceed on the breakout rooms?
Will you do that, or do you want me to do that? I don't know if you're using the WebEx application or the your browser application, but you should be able to see some breakout rooms. I see them on the right of my.
There are 12 breakout rooms, one for each company.
So just by pressing join, you will be directed to a room where you will able to see the students that would like to ask more about your company. So please,
So the representatives of the companies have to join the room, and then if there are students who want to join and ask questions, they can also join. And there is an option that the student can go to one room and then to another room. So please take advantage of this option.
Okay, I can see that everyone is here. So just one clarification. There is a button at the top of your screen which says breakout sessions, join breakout sessions, and then we have the breakout rooms. Is it clear for everyone?
I cannot see this information. Sorry.
Excuse me. If you go to participants, if you double click participants,
Yeah.
you'll see a blue line saying show all breakout sessions.
Yeah.
If you double click this, you'll see that there is for each and every of you, and again we thank you a lot, one breakout room. So Panagiotis, you go to Sunlight.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Apollo.
Unless you want to go to answer for analysis, I don't know.
All right. Thank you. I join.
And the same applies for the students. You choose, and you can go obviously to more than one breakout room. You can choose the company that you have applied or you intend to apply. I can see though that only 3 participants.
Excuse me, just a clarification. How time we spent in the breakout session room?
You have 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes.
And then we'll continue with our regular.
Yes, and then we'll send you a message that we are closing. Okay. There is some momentum for the breakout rooms, but still. I can see that the students have not joined the breakout rooms. We are going to, let me see if there are international students, otherwise I'm going to speak in Greek. No, there is one. You have to go to the participants, double click the show all breakout sessions. Because now we have all the companies in the breakout rooms and no students. Too many chiefs and no Indians. Mytilineos is not here. I've noticed that she opened the room, but Theano Karagianidi said that she had a problem.
Katarina, I assume that you do not need Christina and myself anymore.
No, definitely. And we would like to thank you. And I was very pleased that you were here, Sibylla, because I think that the presentations of the hosting organizations were very, how can I say, very clarifying things.
Yes. Thank you for organization again, Katarina. I apologize for this. We managed to
No, thank you
improvise.
very much. Thank you. I don't think that we need the details in an event like that. What I believe mostly is that we definitely need the students to understand the opportunity. And I think all the representatives from the industry and the research institutes were fantastic. I think, as I said, I got so enthusiastic. I wish I was I was many years younger.
Yes.
Okay, no, I haven't been able to see the whole thing, but to me it's very interesting to see how you organize this because I think I'll have to do the same sometime.
Yes, actually, what was interesting, Manuel, for your side, maybe you haven't heard, some of the companies said that they are very willing to accept international students. Actually, Sunlight stated that clearly, but I think all the companies, most of the companies have international cooperations, so that could be an opportunity for the Spanish students as well. Really, the host organizations from Greece are the one better than the other, and they represent the whole life cycle of the raw materials. You know, you can be in mining, you can be in...
No, I agree. The main thing I have seen with this type of internship is that master students normally have a lot of work to do during the masters, and then leaving the master to go to for an internship somewhere else cannot be that easy. This is the only thing that I have seen so far. But well, we'll see if we can get a momentum of students and also of companies here in Spain, and then once they enter, they can choose any place in Europe. We hope that they will do this, but you see, we're starting, so let's see.
Okay. Anyway, it was
quite interesting to see, Katarina. These are all large companies, and large companies have this international experience, and they are expecting international employees later on. And when we are working with the smaller industries, we are having problems here in Hungary, for example, and in Croatia, where mining is not so highly developed because we don't have so many commodities which are on high price. Then we are seeing the opposite trend of companies expressing the willingness to accept only national students. And this is the case with Hungary. This is the case with smaller companies in Croatia, but when we are looking at larger international companies operating in Croatia, for example, for industrial minerals, again, they are willing to accept larger students. So that is also one of the lessons, how to utilize a national versus international internship. I think the size of the company is critical.
Yes, actually, however, in Greece we have this, how can I say, the English is very well, it's very often spoken in Greece because of tourism. And I guess, Manuel, the same applies for Spain and the same applies for Croatia. We are very touristic countries. So people, you know, they don't recite Shakespeare, but they can communicate, definitely.
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you, Manuel. Thank you,
Okay.
Sibylla. Thank you, Christina, for joining us. It was a great pleasure and honor.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Apologies.
Thank you, Christina.
I'm sorry, really.
We managed. Thank you very much.
It is
Thank
the
you.
IT department. I really apologize.
Don't worry. Don't worry at all. Thank you very much.
Bye.
όταν κλείσουμε να δούμε λίγο πώς βγαίνει η λίστα. Μπορούμε να κάνουμε και να σταματήσουμε και το recording.
Μπορείς να τη δεις τώρα τη λίστα. Το
Μπορούμε να
recording να το σταματήσουμε,
και
ναι. Κάτσε να το σταματήσω κι εγώ. Stop.
Δεν μ' άφησε εμένα να κάνω, επειδή έκανες εσύ.